We should be live. Good evening, everybody. Just a quick stream for you tonight. We're running a little bit of a practice race, recruitment race kind of deal for Wednesday's main event, where we're going 110 laps. But tonight we wanted to get some of our guys in from Wednesday and some outside guys in and kind of put them on track. Give the guys that are running Wednesday some practice, and give some other guys a chance to get into the league before we start our season on Wednesday. So a lot of names I won't be familiar with in this one, so bear with me as we go, as I try to learn these guys' names. I know most of them. I've raced with most of them before, and most of them are racing again on Wednesday, so I'll know quite a few of these guys, but I will not know all of them. So it's just going to kind of be a learning process for me over the course of this short little 35-lap sprint we've got here tonight. I'm joined again by the creator of Full Pedal Jacket, Peyton Jennings, in the booth. Peyton, how are we doing tonight?
Pretty good tonight. Excited to see so many cars in the field and get some more streams up for everyone who's maybe interested in seeing everything, how we do it.
Yeah. So we got some drivers in the field streaming themselves. So we're hoping we get some exposure from them as we get our league going here. Try to grow the field a little bit more. We're waiting on the rest of the cars to grid. About 30 seconds left to grid, and we'll get going. Familiar names if you watched the Clash on Wednesday of last week. Up front, it's Zach Lima and Steven Korosek. They are on the front row again. Not surprising, but we'll see if they fare better against a bigger field than they did on Wednesday. Didn't exactly turn out the way they wanted to, but we'll see if they can get it done tonight. Not as long a race, so these guys are going to have a little bit less time to work, a little bit less time to figure out their moves, figure out what they're going to do as we get ready to roll them off the grid here.
Yeah, like we were talking about last week, when will be go time for some of these drivers? Pretty much starting with 35 laps. There's some people who, wherever you start at, it could be go time right from the beginning. Be pretty interesting to see how that goes.
Hey, you got to be thinking for guys starting. I mean, we've got what appears to be almost a full field, somewhere in the range of 30 to 35 cars starting this race. So if you're one of those guys starting 20th on back, I mean, you got to think about moving early, earlier than if you started, say, 12th in the Clash, which is a lot different atmosphere. And we got some guys actually that ran the Clash that are starting a little ways back. Matthew Thrasher is starting in 17th in the 88. Scott Tompkins, he's running Full Pedal Jacket. He is slated to start in the 38th position. We'll see if that's actually where he rolls off. A lot of cars means a lot of cars and not a lot of laps means you gotta go quick. You gotta find the gaps, find your partners quick, and make your way to the front, and see what you can get done in this one. Just about a quarter of a lap till we go green. Not gonna do the rest of the grid because again there are guys that I just have not learned yet who they are, but again, stay with me. We'll get it done as we get going in this one. Coming off turn 4, coming down to the green flag. Again, 35 laps on tap. We'll see if pit strategy comes into play. I'm not 100% sure based on fuel strategy in the Clash. We'll see what these guys do as the race goes on. Pace car takes the left turn. It'll be Lima and Korosek. Green flag is out. We got 35 laps on tap in Daytona. Here we go. Good start from the inside. It's going to be Lima leading Korosek down towards turn 1. He maybe got a little too far out in front. Korosek's got the better push up top. With help from the 19 of Patrick McLendon. They'll run 2 by 2. As they come down towards the backstretch. Caution is out already. So we make it a quarter of a lap. Try to filter our way through. Did not see anything happen. See if we can find. Oh, I'm not. Oh, I got some cars on pit road. Johnny Canonicho in the 98. Alf Cooper in the 3. That's. Give me just a second. What do they need assistance with down there? They said we need assistance. I'm
How we doing, Big Hickory? I hate to
Zach,
interrupt you, but
can you come in again? What do y'all need help with? I was talking on the broadcast. Sorry. I don't know what to do about that. There's nothing I can do to keep people from wrecking with race control. I'm literally.
no overlay, by the way, just so you guys know.
No overlay?
Nope.
10-4. I was afraid of that happening where it was an update. But I should be getting it up here soon.
I like how Zach came to me over the chat and was like, "We need assistance," and it didn't tell me. He just said, "For all the wrecking."
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Good times. Good times over here. Still trying to get things figured out. Looks like we got pit stops coming. Yes, we do. Pit stops coming. Lots of, well, and scratch that. And a few takers near the back, and 2 cars end up coming down. So it looked like a lot of cars were going to come down, but turns out a lot of guys, a little fake move didn't work for most of them, it looks like. So top 3 are all guys that raced in the Clash last week. Zachary Lima in the 4, and Cadet in the 215, and Steve Korosek in the 27. The next guy that would have raced in the Clash last week would be Logan Eicher in 11th, Zach Camella in 12th, and Matthew Thrasher in 13th position.
There we go. We now have everything up and running as far as ticker.
Well, that's good. That
Just
helps.
a little bit of an issue with the update. Our software updated today.
I'd say it's a little bit helpful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, as we pace around on lap 3 of 35, it's just like it was in the Clash. We had an early wreck, got better as the race went on. So we'll see if tonight's the same story as that. Lots of newer faces up near the front getting a chance to show off what they've got. We've got drivers from all over the place. Drivers from previous money races. Drivers from different leagues on iRacing. So a wide group represented tonight. Should get one to go right here. Lights should go out.
There we go again.
Let's see if the lights go out right here. I'm pretty sure they will. Yeah, they do. So the lineup as we get ready to go. Well, oh, we were going green. We're not. Lights are back on. Not 100% sure. Look like guys are wrecking. I'm not too sure. So we'll go around an extra lap.
I would say it's probably because of the pace field not being entirely pushed together here and lined up.
Yeah, I would think so. So we'll go around an extra time. No big deal. Get back going now on lap number 6 instead of lap number 5. So it'll be 30 laps to go. Yeah, so we're getting some clear. Really need him to mute me or something. Deafen. I need Zach to deafen if he's gonna talk, because then my voice comes over the. Anyway, we just got clarification that it is an iRacing issue. So something happened near the back of the field. Did not give any indication of a wreck, so I'm not really sure. iRacing decided they weren't ready for us to go green yet. So now the lights should go off.
Pace car driver was just a little bit confused. switch the lights
Yeah,
off. Right?
no, he went a little bit early. It's okay. He's as anxious as we are to get back going. Now the lights are off. So assuming we don't have another incident, we should be racing next time around. So, like I said, top 3 are Clash drivers, but then 4th to 10th, those are all guys that did not have the race last Wednesday. So, we're gonna wait to see here in the next few laps if they can kind of cement themselves and make their names known as we get closer to Wednesday and tomorrow's qualifying session to get both into the race and qualified on the grid.
Yep, tomorrow we will be doing our qualifying session. We kind of try to do it the same way that NASCAR does it, have all of the cars out on pit lane and then roll them out one at a time. We will be broadcasting that as well at starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.
So an hour earlier than we got this started is when qualifying starts. It'll start at 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 7 p.m. Central, and we'll be running. Everybody that shows up to qualify is going to get 2 laps. Try to make their way to the race. Obviously, determined second on back. Winner of the Clash last week, DJ Thomas. He's already been submitted as the pole driver for Wednesday. So we'll be determining the rest of the field tomorrow night. So from second on back, however many cars we have, we're gonna get that done tomorrow. Pace cars off again. They come to the restart zone. We're back underway. 30 laps to go. Lap 6 of 35 on the board. Good start again for the inside. That's Lima and Corsic. Helpful out front of the field. Couple of cars off in the grass back in the tri-oval. No incident yet. And we've already made it further than we did last run. Got a nice, decent-sized pack here at the front of the field. Led by the 5 and the 20, or the 4 and the 27, excuse me. Top line is led by Rick Cadet, the 215. He appears to have help from the 29 of Jamie Bollinger. Top line's not moving very much. They're working on it. Big gap back to the next few cars. We had some stack ups there on the restarts, so lots of cars didn't really get going on that restart, but we'll see if they can get back into it. Still a good 15 or so cars here in the front pack, so already more than we had in the Clash. It's just nice to see cars on track again. As we come down out of 2 and down the backstretch again, the field jostles to try to get into position. Not much change in position. Lap or 2 since we went back to the green flag. The top 8 or 9 cars are staying in the same spot they were in. A little bit more movement from the outside, though. They've got a little bit of momentum, trying to make their way up even with the leaders. A little bit of a slide up there from the 29. That's going to slow down that top side a little bit. They're even third, but that's about as far as they've gotten so far. He pulls ahead. That's Cadet on the top. He pulls ahead for third for the time being, but shuffle back a little bit further. Still, Lima and Corsic out front. Now the 19 of McClendon is clear. He is now in third. Jesse Neal's pulled into 4th place. Biggest mover since the restart, I believe, is going to be the 09 of Andres Ruiz, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. He is, I believe, 4th on the outside. So Corsic moves up to the outside, and they're wrecking one car spinning. Looks like it's only one car. I think it was the 92, if I read the side of that car right, that's hauling down Contreras. Another one of the drivers that did not do the Clash this past week. He went for a spin.
Unfortunately for them, it doesn't look like it's going to be a caution.
No, he spun off the racetrack and must have kept it down. I didn't see exactly what happened there. I'm not 100% sure what went on there.
It's going to be really hard to get out in front of Corsic and Lima.
Exactly. We knew it would be. It was last Wednesday. We knew it would be again. And they're now on both lines, so these guys are getting a little bit more aggressive. We're only 35 laps in this one, not 60, so a little bit less time for these guys to make things happen. Borsek pulls even with Lima. This would be one of the first lead changes of the race. 10 laps in after our early caution on lap number 1. A bit of a stack up on the bottom. They're going to get through it though. Borsek leads that lap over Lima. He's not going yet. They're going to be side by side through 1 and 2.
It'll be interesting to see with this 65% fuel if guys are going to be able to stretch it all the way out to its full 35 laps, or if people are going to have to pit.
It's hard to tell. We saw a lot of different strategies in the clash. We also had 3 early cautions, so maybe a little bit different now that we're green after only 1 caution. Perhaps these guys, maybe we'll have to see them make green flag pit stops. The lead pack is down to about 10 cars. We got one slide. That was a 13 of Iker. He's going to hold it. So that's a great save by the 13 of Iker, but the problem is he's going to lose that lead draft. So it's unfortunate. He'll have to hope for a caution unless he can pull. You know, he is way off the front of this pack. So tough break for Iker there, but a good job to save the car and not take several other cars with him.
Takes a lot of skill when you're going this fast to hold on to that thing on the bottom. Oh,
so we got a new leader, and they're going around. Big wreck. Oh, hard hit. Oh, man. Car airborne. Car airborne was the 75 of Jesse Neal. And that, you could probably tell pretty clearly, that was a going for a hole that closed up quick. And that took a lot of cars. Here's the 88 got through it, I think. Lots of cars in it though. The 29 of Bullinger was the car I saw come down. There's just a lot of cars in this one, I think.
oh yeah.
Oh man. Lots of cars damage out of this one.
The good thing about this is, just like the league races, we are allowing 2 fast repairs.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys are going to have another chance in this race, but man, that was...
It's a tough one to watch. Cars flipping through the air.
It appeared that it was just a little bit of...
Little bit of wiggle with not a lot of room.
Yeah, just a hole that was open and a hole that was not open very long. Maybe a little bit of aggressive driving, and that is the product of racing. Now we've got pit stops, lap 14, including 2 of the leaders, Lima and Korosek. They're going to come down and get service as well. This is a 215 of Cadet. The top several cars are on pit road. So several cars get service. We'll see if other cars cycle through to the lead. I don't think they did. They did not. So it's going to cycle back to the 4 and the 27 up front. So it shakes things up a little bit as we get ready for our next restart. We'll see how many cars will get their fast repair and come back out and try to get back into this race. Looks like a lot of cars did, so on the bright side, lots of guys sticking around. They're going to try to battle their way back up into this one. Here's we have 20 cars left on the lead lap for now, the last of them being Zach Camella in the 20. After that, 4 cars a lap down. Brian Massard, David Cott, Jesse Neal, and Logan Eicher. Neal and Eicher have taken their cars behind the wall. They are done for the night. Other cars done for the night appear to be Frankie Barroso in the 21, Ryan Lynch in the 40, Steven Choate in the 31, Noah Hayslip in the 5. And then all the cars we covered in the last caution. The leader is actually not scored as the 4 right now. It's scored as the 33 of Terry Woody.
I believe he just entered pit road.
And yes, he did. So I missed that. Talking about the lap cars. So it will be Zach Lima in the lead. I just didn't see the 33 take the left turn. I was too busy talking about the lap cars. Anyways, he will have 20 laps left. So, I mean, in the next 5 laps or so, if you're a driver near the middle of this pack, you gotta start thinking about making things happen. I think that may have been what we saw in the last wreck. With somebody trying to make something happen and somebody else trying to close the door, and they chose to close the door just a little bit too late.
That's the nature of these super speedways. You gotta go for a gap when it's there, but a little bit of hesitation will cause a big, big wreck.
And it appeared that's what that was. Maybe just waiting a little bit too long to make that move. And I mean, fortunately for a lot of these guys, it took until lap 15 to get our first big wreck. So they've got those fast fixes there in the bank. They're going to use them. They're going to get back out here and try this again. But unfortunately, it's just puts some of these guys at a disadvantage now, starting a little bit further back than they were. That was right up around the 3rd or 4th position. So several cars that were up near the front, they're going to have to work back with their pace car with another left-hand turn. Green flag back out, 20 more. Let's get it done here in this recruitment and practice race. Another good start by the inside. It's Lima with the help of the 215 of Ricky. You've got Jamie Bullinger, who we were just saying was the car that may have slipped down a little bit too early there on that incident. Jamie's right back up there in the battling for the 3rd spot with Steve Korosek on the top.
This outside line on these restarts hasn't really been going, so a lot of people have been diving to the bottom.
Yeah, the outside, it'll get going eventually, I think, once enough cars decide it's go time. They got quite a few up there right now. It is so hard to pull when you have less cars. Right when I say that, the 4 of Lima actually jumps up there to maybe pull his teammate Korosek up near the front, but for now that'll transfer the lead over to Rit Cadet. And Rit's a guy who had a tough go in the clash. Could not stay out of the wrecks. For some reason, they always found him. I mean, he battled back to get on the lead lap and got himself a good finish and some good momentum going into Wednesday's race. But now he's out front, so he's right where he wants to be with just under 20 laps to go. And he's got help from the 29 of Bullinger there, battling the teammates up top, Lima and Korosek. Behind the 215 and the 29 on the bottom is the 42 of Dylan Holland. That's a new name to the front. Matthew Thrasher is up front as well. He ran the Clash last Wednesday. 22 of Mark Mistrell, a very experienced plate racer on iRacing. He's up near the front now, as well as the 09 of Andres Ruiz and the 117 of Thomas Sutter. So some different names up here. We're getting a lot of different guys up near the front that haven't been up there much. It's good to see some of these guys being competitive, and we hope that we have some of them back on Wednesday with us as we get our season going. So still 2x2 for now. You have to look, well, it was 3 wide. It's not anymore right around Zach Camella. Well, now it is. Camella trying to make things happen late in this one, coming to about 17 more laps around. So Lima drops down. He retakes the lead from Cadet. He'll pull the bottom line for a second. Up top, it's Korosek with Thrasher and Ruiz as they try to battle back and overtake the front few. See if Lima moves back up. He won't for now. Oh, we got maybe a little bit of a top line starting. Well, he was for a second. Died out. So not quite go time yet. Getting there though. You can see give up the aggression just a little bit. And Korosek pulls out front. He'll take the lead as they come off the 4 and come down towards 16 laps to go. Now the top line may try it again. That's the 24 of Lacey Kuehl up top. She had help from Zach Camella for a second and dies out again. They just don't have enough cars to make anything happen. Korosek, ooh, that was risky. Wasn't quite clear. He came down anyway. Luckily the 4 of Lima, they are teammates and they got to communicate. Not wreck right up at the front of the field. That would have been disastrous. 3, Matthew Thrasher now challenges from the lead. He's got help from the 09, Andres Ruiz. So that's a new pairing up top. Zach Camella's made his way up near the front. He's 4th on the outside. We've lost a lot of cars from this front group, and I cannot figure out what happened. We're going to try to... Oh, looks like they've just lost the draft. Lots of damage on some of these cars. Oh, man.
Oh!
So,
speaking of damage.
And just as I say that, they're wrecking. Ooh. That was the 19 of Scott McClendon. Oh, they're still wrecking back here. 29 of... Oh, they're still wrecking. So it's the 29 of Bullinger again. 94, Brian Boussard. He's going to clip the wall. And the 14 of David Cotton. He may have gotten hit again. The 202 of Jason Nicholas. Thomas Sutter is in it. That was one of the cars we thought had damage from an earlier incident. He's involved. Aldam Contreras appears to be involved. That was 33 of Terry Woody is in it. Lots of cars in this one as well. So we'll try it again.
How these things end up once you get one caution. You know, like they say, cautions breed caution. You stack these cars up together, get them running fast together, and people want to make moves with this few laps left. That's how it ends up going. Could be good for some of these guys in the back, though.
We are hearing that we have a wreck under caution. We're going to go back here. Boy.
Let's see. It was 24.
I'll take a look back here at the incident involving the 24 under caution. Let's take a look. Under caution. Ooh. Boy. Well, that appears... Well, jeez. It is...
You gotta remove the 74 for that, guess.
That's unfortunate. And we are going to take care of that. I got it. Here we go. Incident taken care of.
How these things go. Tempers get up high. Maybe some people wanting to do some things to some people that might have a little bit more fame than them. That's how it normally ends up going.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the, not an expected incident on Mike, but yeah, he did cut across the back bumper of Lacey there, so unfortunately had to remove him for that. Nothing against him, just kind of one of those deals.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, just not really a deal where he does it a lot, but sometimes you get mad, you do something, and You don't think about what it can do to you, and unfortunately that appears to be what happened right there. So, I'm not sure. I think we got 15 cars on the lead lap now. We're going to have about 11 laps remaining. Might as well not even ask who's out front. There's a pretty good chance it's the 27 and the 4. They always find themselves up front, especially near the end of a race. Oh, we are now. All right, well. Oh, you're. That is a deal of I removed someone and then just didn't look back down. So
That's fine. We got a little bit of
All right,
technical issue there, guys. Sorry about that.
a bit of a glitch. We're good now. We're back to live. The point still stands. I mean, the 27 and the 4 up front, especially when it matters most, they'll lead the field back to the restart. Right here, it'll be Matthew Thrasher and Rick Cadet on row 2, Andres Ruiz, Zach Camella on row 3, Matt White and Lacey row 4, Devin Bocchino and Dylan Holland on row number 5. Rounding out the lead lap cars is Brian Conover in 11th, Mark Mastrella in 12th, Aladam Contreras in 13th, Terry Woody in 14th, and David Cotton in 15th. From there, it seems like everyone else has taken their cars behind the wall, brought their night to an end. So, 11 laps to go. We have 15 cars on track. Any one of them could win this race. They got plenty of time. Field is in the hands of the 27. Green flag back in the air. We got 11 more of them around Daytona. A good start for both of the top two that time. Not a great start for a few of the cars further back in the field. So we're going to be really spread out. Yeah, really spread out as we come off to single file. This is something we didn't even see in the Clash last week. Now the first car to jump out is the 20 of Zach Camella. He's got no help up there. See if the car can pull to him here off turn 2. There's just not enough cars near him right now. He's even for... He's coming around for 5th. Now he's coming up for 4th. He's going to... Well, now he's got some draft help in the form of the 68 of Evan Buccino and the 42 of Dylan Holland. So a little bit of an outside line with less cars on track. It's less cars at the bottom of the outside with a little bit more momentum. We'll see how many cars end up jumping up there. They get 4 up top. Lacey Kuehl joins them up top. And big run. Big push from the 68 to the 20. The 20 is going to come even for the lead off of turn 2. This will be our first different lead change of the night. And it's Camella with a big push. And wrecking. Well, I think they may have held on to it. And if they did, that's a great job. They were all the way down on the apron in the grass, and they are going to hold it together. So we're going to stay green as we come down to get 9 laps to go. It's Lima pulling back out in front by a nose. Coming back to the line, he'll lead lap number 26. Korosek in tow. A little bit of jostle there from the 68. That's going to hold up their progress a little bit as the 27 is locked to the back bumper of the number 4. Now Lima moves up top. Maybe the 27 getting a little bit hot on, there on the bottom. But now he'll be pushed by the 215 of Rick Cadet, who is pushed by the 24 of Lacey Kuehl. So a little bit of shuffling. Aladam Contreras has made his way to the front after being in an early incident. So it's good to see him up in this front pack of about 10 cars. So about the same as we had in the Clash on Wednesday. It'll be Korosek and Lima. They'll be even coming back to 8 laps remaining. As you see, the 42 going to feel out the top line a little bit. There's no help up there, but he's testing to see if he can make something happen up there a little bit later on. So a long way to go. Just under 8 laps, about 7.5 laps to go. So we make our way down the backstretch. Korosek and Lima trading the lead. And Lima pulls down in front of his teammate, and a bump and nudge, and they're wrecking again. Pile them up in turn 3. No caution yet. No caution yet. Oh, yellow. I'm kind of surprised.
Looks like a...
I'm kind of surprised there was no yellow there, but we're gonna race on.
Cautions are handled by iRacing, unless something crazy happens, which has been known to before. But I believe everybody who hit the wall ended up spinning down into the grass and getting it started up and moving again.
I'm not 100% sure anyone actually got turned backwards. I think they just bounced off the wall. It's just...
Definitely separated the field out.
It's just... Yeah, I'm not really I'm not really 100% sure why that wasn't a yellow either, but we race on with 4.5 to go. It's a 5-car race for the win. 3 guys that were in the clash, 1 guy that was not. Actually, 4 guys that were in the clash and 1 guy that was not. So familiar faces up front. It's Lima, Coruscant, Comella, Cadet, and Dylan Holland who made it through the wreck. So 5 laps to go when we get to the line. And it's a lot smaller battle for the win than I had anticipated, but unfortunately that is just how it goes sometimes. It is a tough break for some guys at the front that ran a great race. Matthew Thrasher and Devin Buccino, they all had great runs going, and it's just really unfortunate. So
it's tough to see it happen, but that's the nature of these super speedways.
And you certainly hope that the guys that got involved in that know that they got their time up front. We will definitely take into consideration some of the guys that were in this race. Some of them really impressed me racing with some of the guys that I expected to kind of not exactly dominate, but to be out front most of the race, and they held their ground. So lots of guys should be coming out of this with some positive momentum.
We do have our 2 super speedway specialists right up in front, as always. It's very, very hard to beat those 2 whenever they're working together. They're not broken up. It's difficult to get an edge on them. Dakmel looks like he's going to try, though.
You could almost argue that the 2 that were behind the 4 and the 27 have gotten to that stage as well. The 215 of Rick Cadet and the 20 of Zach Camella, they always seem to be right with Lima and Coruscant when it comes to these super speedways, and we've definitely seen those guys be up front a lot more than they used to be when it comes to racing. When it comes to racing with the front 2.
Looks like Rick Cadet might have ran out of fuel.
I saw him take the left turn. I just wasn't sure. So it's a 4-car battle for the win now. Holland tailing with the top 3. We'll see when Camella decides to make a move. The 27 won't, obviously, until very late, if he does at all, with the front 2 being teammates. So 2 to go when we hit the line. I was wondering for a second if the 92 is going to be able to catch these top 4. I don't think he is. Yeah, it doesn't appear that way. I thought it looked like he was for a little bit, but now it appears the best he's going to be able to do is 5th. Which for Contreras is an impressive finish after being involved in the incident so early in this one. So he gets back up to the top 5. He'll finish there. So it's these top 4 to battle it out for the win. Camella tries again. He's going for 2nd. He's even with the 27. He just can't get any closer than that. He's going to try to use the pull of the lap car, perhaps, to get some draft and get up alongside. Now he's got help from Dylan Holland. Let's see what they can do. Coming to the white flag. When we get it, there'll be 1 more to go. Now Holland pulls back in behind the 27. It'll be Lima taking the white flag with Coruscant in tow. They head down towards turn 1. No help for Camella right now. He is out there to dry on the top. It's Lima, Korosek, and Hall in the top 3. Camella falls in behind the 42. Will the two behind the two teammates be able to get back up there and do anything as we head down the backstretch for the final time? Lima and Korosek pull away just a tad. They're scooting away from the 3rd and 4th place cars. Does Korosek go for the win? He was in this same spot last Wednesday in the clash. Does he go for it now? Still tucked in, still tucked in. Now he moves top of the line. Lima gets it done. His teammate Korosek finishes just behind him in 2nd. 42 of Dylan Holland, I think, finished 3rd. Let me double check. He did. And Zach Camella finishes 4th out of the top 4. Aladam Contreras finishes in 5th. Andres Ruiz finishes in 6th. Terry Woody finishes in the 7th spot. The two lead lap cars are David Cotton and Matt White, 8th and 9th. Brian Conover pulls away with the top 10. Rick Cadet will finish 11th, 1 lap down. Devin Buccino finish in the 12th spot. Matthew Thrasher 13th. Lacey Kill 14th. Mark Mastrella 15th. And those are the last of the cars that made our final restart. So we've already been over the cars that ended their races a little bit earlier than that. And there's your celebration from the winner. 4 of Zachary Lima. No post-race interview, this just being a recruitment race. So we're gonna let him burn it down and let that speak for itself. It's another good race, a little bit more of a caution fest than I had hoped for, but with it being a little bit more of an open lobby, I certainly expected just a little bit more than we had in the clash last week. But overall, good race, and some guys making a name for themselves as we head into qualifying tomorrow and the race on Wednesday. Peyton, what'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. Like you said, a little bit more of a caution fest than what we were hoping for. I kind of expected with these open lobbies. Wish we would have been able to end with a few more cars than what we did. But all in all, I think the outcome of the race was about what I expected, if I was to tell the truth about it.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So, like we said earlier, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, is qualifying right back here. Wherever you're watching it, it will be broadcasted to you. Everybody that shows up is going to get a chance to get into Wednesday's main event race. And Wednesday's race, we're going 110 laps. It's our season opener. We're gonna get the season rolling in the right way, and that is on the high banks of Daytona. But until then, that's all I have. Peyton, you got anything else?
I want to thank everybody who's coming out and watching all these streams. Thank you for following the channel, doing this with us. We appreciate all the viewership. We just like to put on a good show for everybody, regardless of if we have 10 cars or if we have 43 cars. We're going to be here every race, trying to provide the same quality of content every single time for everybody. So thank you all for watching.
Yep, and on behalf of Peyton Jennings, I am Dawson Wise, and we are signing off for the evening. We will see you tomorrow night.